Denzel White. I'm with the Department of Social Services with the Juvenile Service Division. I would like to formally welcome you to the 2020 Black History event. Yeah, you can clap it up for that. You can go and clap it up for that. Today, we will be focused on African Americans and the vote. It just got weird in here, okay. We'll be focused on African Americans and the vote. So first off, I'd just like to sincerely let you know that we appreciate each and every one of you for coming out, dedicating a little piece of your time to join us in celebrating another year of great Black history here in Prince William County. So, moving forward, if you could join me in welcoming our Master of Ceremony, Sergeant Byron C. Jenkins of the Prince William County Police Department.
Well, good morning, everybody. How we doing today? We ready to get this thing started? We had the band playing in the back, playing some good music, a good selection, people tapping their feet, right? Moving, doing little dance moves and everything, right? I gotta go check my chiropractor after this because I tried to do some things I was doing when I was 20, but you know, it is what it is. When the music hits you and the spirit moves you, you gotta do what you gotta do, am I right? All right, here we go. All right, first, thank you, Denzel, for giving me that introduction. His name is Denzel, not to be confused with Denzel, but if you want to say that the Prince William County brought Denzel here, you can say that too. Is that right? Okay. Good morning, everyone. Welcome again to this year's presentation of Prince William County's Black History Program. Today, we are highlighting African Americans and the vote, considering that 2020 is an election year with the presidential election, plus we have other elections that will be going on before that. This is a good time for that to happen. Before we begin, I want to bring attention to two things. When you first came through the door, you were presented a ticket. Now, first, I want to apologize for something. I don't like standing in one place and talking. That's not my motive. That's not who I am. And people know me, I'm not like that. But I'm forced to do that today. So if you see me go off to the side, it's because I'm regressing back to what I normally am. So please forgive me that up front, okay? All right. The first thing is the ticket that you got. The ticket is a ticket for you when, after the program is ended, you can eat. Supposedly. That's something to clap about, isn't it? Entertainment, education, and free food. There's nothing better. Doesn't get better than that, right? Except for some money. Mr. Martino. All right. Second thing is that there are two tables outside presented by the Prince William County Office of Historic Preservation and the Circuit Court Clerk, and those two tables have documents from the Negro rolls back in the early 1900s. So if you get outside and take a look at those things, there's some ladies out there and the folks out there will tell you how some of that stuff relates to today, and it shows our history. Not just Black history, it's our history, folks, right? We're all American citizens, aren't we? So it's all part of our history, but it's just, it's refreshing to see how some of those things occurred back then and how far we've come from for today. The other thing is that there will be a table for the Prince William County Office of Elections. Now, Office of Elections will be registering people to vote if you are not registered to vote. If you are registered to vote, I implore you to check to see if you are still registered and that you are properly registered in the district that you need to vote in. Don't want to find out on election day. That's what I'm trying to say. So try to get all those things prepared so when that day comes, you're ready to go up there bright and early in the morning, stand in line, come rain or shine, cast your ballot for your candidate that you think represents you. Amen? See, I'm reverting back. I'm sorry. So anyway, to move along with the program, at this time, I want to acknowledge our attending dignitaries. And once I call your name, if you would please stand to be recognized. First off, we have Miss Ann B. Weller from the County Board of Supervisors. Next is Miss Janine Lawson from the County Board of Supervisors. Next is Mrs. Andrea O'Bailey from the County Board of Supervisors. O is her middle initial. She's not known as O'Bailey. O is her middle initial. I just caught that when I said it. Last but not least is Mr. Victor Angry from the County Board of Supervisors. Next, we have the county executive and the deputies, Mr. Christopher Martino County Executive. Mr. Elijah Johnson, he's the Deputy County Executive. Have another Deputy County Executive, Michelle, what is that here? Cassiano, that's that right? I apologize for that. County Attorney and Deputies, we have Miss Michelle Roble from the county as a County Attorney. Hi, Michelle. Also, we have elected officials, our Honorable Sheriff, Mr. Glenn Hill, Sheriff, Prince William County Sheriff. And we also have with us the Clerk of the Circuit Court, Mrs. Jacqueline Smith. Now, all those people I just called, could you stand up one more time, please? Sorry? Oh, Supervisor Vega, where are you? Come on. Oh, yeah, she's trying to hide, folks. No. I want to illustrate a point that for all those who said your vote doesn't matter, remain standing, folks. Your vote matters, right? Look at the diversity we have out there, the representation from this county that we have out there standing right in front of you. A living testimony that if you check that box that you want to check, this is what happens, okay? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate it. Did I miss anybody before we go on any further? Okay, great. Chief Bernard? He's just my chief, that's all. Ain't nobody important, I see that guy every day. Hey, Chief, how you doing? Also, with the Prince William Board County of Elections, we have Mr. Keith Scarborough. Is he around or is he outside? There you go, Mr. Scarborough. And any other dignitaries I did not mention, please, if you want to stand at this time to be recognized. If not, then thank you for your attendance. All right, we'll move on. Before we move on, I want to you guys should give yourselves a round of applause for making it out here today in this cold, in this wet, in this Northern Virginia traffic to come and celebrate with us. We appreciate that. And for your efforts, I thank you. Now I ask all who are able to stand on your feet for the presentation of colors. And the colors will be carried by the Prince William County's finest, the Police Department, Department of Fire and Rescue, the Sheriff's Office, and they will be accompanied by the youth members of the Molinari Juvenile Shelter who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Remain standing. Please remain standing.
Okay, now I want to bring to the stage Miss Almeda L. Radford. She will lead us in the Negro National Anthem. Just as a point of note, we will just be singing, if you look at the back of your program, the words to the anthem is on the back. We'll just be singing the first and the last verse.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, Thou who hast brought us thus far on the way, Thou who hast by Thy might led us into the light, keep us forever in the path we pray, lest our feet stray from the places, our God, where we met Thee, lest our hearts, drunk with the wine of the world, we forget Thee, shadowed beneath the hand, may we forever stand, true to our God, true to our native land.
All right, you may take your seats. The right of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of race, color, or previous condition of servitude. 15th Amendment, 1870. To state this year's purpose, I have the honorable pleasure to introduce the deliverer of this message. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the amazing, the fabulous, the incredible, the magnificent, the sensational, the wondrous, the awe-inspiring Mrs. Dynamite. I ran out of adjectives. I just couldn't put any more. If I knew some more, I probably would put there. But y'all get my point, right? The hardest working attorney this side of the Pacific Ocean. I said the Pacific Ocean. Everything from California to this side. From the county attorney's office, Miss Jacqueline W. Lucas.
I don't know if I can live up to all of that, so good morning. This year's theme, African Americans and the Vote, highlights the history of African American struggle and achievements to secure the right to vote. 2020 marks the centennial of the 19th Amendment that guaranteed and protected the constitutional right to vote for all American women, and the subsequent centennial of the 15th Amendment that gave African American men the right to vote after the Civil War. Those amendments made sure that Black men and all women had the constitutional right to vote. However, for many, those rights existed on paper only. Many state laws had been passed that disenfranchised Black voters with the use of poll taxes, literacy tests, and other means. These disenfranchisement laws continue to undermine the guarantees in the 14th and 15th Amendment for the great majority of Southern Blacks until the passage of the Voting Rights Act of 1965. This act made the discrimination against Black voters illegal. Prior to the passage of this act, only an estimated 23% of voting age Blacks were registered nationally. But by 1969, the number had jumped to 61%. Through voting rights campaigns and legal suits from the turn of the 20th century and the 1960s, African Americans made their voices heard as to the importance of the vote and remain vigilant in the protection of this fundamental right. African Americans have participated in the ability to vote in front and behind the scenes as evidenced by the rise of Black elected and appointed officials in the local, state, and national levels, as well as campaigns for equal rights legislation. Thank you.
Now, wasn't she all those things I said about her, ladies and gentlemen? She was. She is. So, thank you, Jackie. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you the incomparable Mrs. Sharon Richardson, who will lead us in a moment of reflection.
Thank you. Good morning. Each year, the Prince William County Black History Committee pauses to recognize the passing of county government employees. At this time, please let's have a moment of silence for those listed in your bulletins today, as well as those who've passed that we hold in our hearts. Thank you.
Slavery is not abolished until the black man has the ballot. Frederick Douglass, May 1865. For our first music selection, now we get into the good part of the program. Music, a little entertainment, and some knowledge. For our first music selection, I am pleased to introduce to the world Mr. Delon Hanna, featuring again Miss Almita Radford, who will be performing the song Freedom.
If you want to clap your hands.
I want to clap a little bit louder than before.
Come on and clap.
I want to sing a little louder than before. I want to jump a little higher than before. I want to shout a little bit louder than before. Oh, freedom, 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 oh, freedom, 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 oh, freedom.
I want to clap a little louder than before. Come on.
know that DeLon may be applying to become a police officer. And if he happens to come out to a call of yours that you have called the police, I'm not saying he's taking requests. But Chief, if he takes a little longer to call than usual, you know what's going down. All right. As citizens of the United States, you cannot value too highly your right to vote, which is an expression of your choice of the officers who shall be placed in control of your nearest and dearest interests. You should vote in every election. Let me say that again. You should vote in every election, in national and congressional elections, vote for the best interests of the country. In local elections, vote for the best interests of the community in which you live. That came from To the Colored Men of Voting Age in Southern States, What a Colored Man Should Do to Vote pamphlet, circuit 1900. Just as a thought, I thought that reading that, how much it resonates today, 100 years ago, that it is true. Vote in every election. You vote for your local community when you live, in the national elections for your best interests of your country. I think that plays so profoundly today, and I don't think we do that enough, and we should. Vote in every election. So for our first music selection, we moved on to that. We're honored to have with us today a highly decorated and respected soldier, Sergeant Major James Magruder, United States Army, retired. Please refer, I'm sorry, I was a Marine, so I heard something from somebody, it was Army. Threw me off. Threw me off. Please refer to your programs for the Sergeant Major's profile. Sergeant Major Magruder will be reciting his interpretation of Old Glory.
How's everybody doing? I just want to say a few words before I get started here. Thank Mr. Captain Carr for allowing me to be a small part of this ceremony today. Did you know that most police officers and most veterans never get presented their own flag, but the next of kin gets it? So today, we're going to honor Old Glory as a part of Black History Month. But one day, as veterans, as police officers, Old Glory will honor us. Thousands and thousands of African Americans have fought to defend this flag. And we should always remember that no matter where we go. From the Tuskegee Airmen to the Montford Point Marines. So bear with me as I honor Old Glory and talk about the flag of the United States of America. I am the flag of the United States of America. My name is Old Glory. I fly atop of the world's tallest buildings. I stand watch in America's halls of justice. I fly majestically over great institutions of learning. I stand guard with the greatest military power in the world. Look up and see me. I stand for peace, honor, truth, and justice. I stand for freedom. I am confident, I am arrogant, and I'm proud. When I'm flown with my fellow banners, my head is a little higher. My colors are a little truer. I bow to no other. I am recognized all over the world. I am worshiped. I am saluted. I am respected and I'm revered. I'm loved and I'm feared. I fought in every battle of every war for more than 200 years. Battles such as Gettysburg, Shiloh, Appomattox, San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, the Argonne Forest, Anzio, the beaches of Normandy, Guam, Okinawa, Japan, Korea, Vietnam, Panama, the Persian Gulf, the mountains of Afghanistan, and the streets of Baghdad, and scores of places long forgotten by all, but those who were with me, I was there. I've led my servicemen. I followed them. I watched over them. They loved me. I was on a small hill in Iwo Jima. I was dirty, battle-worn, and tired, but servicemen cheered me, and I was proud. I've been sore, torn, burned, and trampled on the streets of countries that I've helped it to set free. It does not hurt because I am invincible. I've been sore, torn, burned, and trampled on the streets of my own country. And what it is by those that through my serve in battle, it hurts. But I shall overcome, for I am strong. I have slipped the bounds of the earth, and for my vantage point on the moon, I stand watch over the uncharted new frontiers of space. I've been a silent witness to all of America's finest hour. But my finest hour comes when I'm torn into strips to be used as bandages for my wounded comrades on the field of battle. And when I fly half-staff to honor my servicemen, or when I'm lying in the trembling arms of a grieving mother at the graveside of a fallen son or daughter, I am proud. My name is Old Glory. Long may I wave. Dear God, long may I wave. Thank you.
Wow. If I could drop this mic and get away with not paying for it, I would drop it. It's powerful. Powerful. It's powerful. It puts in a whole new perspective of what that flag means, right? Freedom. That's what that flag means. Equality for everyone. That's what it means. Do you know I never voted in my life? Never been able to exercise my right as a citizen because of the poll tax. I can't pay a poll tax, can't have a voice in my own government. That's from an interview with a man named Mr. Trout from the Folklore Plot Project, Life Histories, 1936 to 1939. Okay, I lost my badge, but that's okay. We're gonna keep going. Please welcome to the stage a performance I promise you will enjoy. Believe me, this is a treat. Here to deliver an original story he created for us for this occasion, especially Prince William's finest from the Department of Fire and Rescue, Lieutenant Nick Baskerville.
Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? See, I know y'all can clap because I heard them get you warmed up already. All right. So now I just have to be responsible enough to make sure that you have reasons to clap. I can tell you, I don't know if you've been listening, but they've said so many great things. I don't know if I have to provide value, right? I can just come with jokes, right? So like one of the things I appreciate about the MC is he said my name right. Like that's the thing for me because sometimes people forget my name, and so they just say who I look like. They're like, and next coming to the stage is Isaac from the Love Boat. Yay! Woo. People in the crowd, oh, Isaac looks so good after all these years. Girl, I thought that was Lamont from Sanford and Son. I'm glad to see he's doing all right. No, younger folk are like, why they keep talking about him like that? He looks like a grown-up version of Huey from the Boondocks. I got glasses and a mustache and everything. The other thing that excites me is being a dad, being a parent. By a round of applause, who here has kids? I don't want to seem too judgy, but some of y'all clap different. Some of y'all clap different about it. Because some of y'all clap. Y'all are like, yes, I have kids that I've kicked out of my house for years now. And then some of you, you're like, yes, I'm a parent. Apparently out of my mind, apparently out of money, apparently out of sanity. It's all gone. I have two kids. I have two. My oldest is 25. My youngest is 8. I'm going to give you guys a minute to soak that in. Some of you are doing air math. Let me help you out. 25 minus 8 equals surprise. That's what it equals. That's a surprise. But I love it. I love being a dad because it makes you a better person. It makes you a better person because you can't hide all the stuff that you do. Like you got a little witness. Like you didn't say that. Never mind. There's a thing though. For those of you who aren't parents, and I want you to know this now before the kids come. You got to know this now before the kids come. Kids expect you to know stuff. Like lots of stuff. You're like, stuff? Well, what kind of stuff? Like how much stuff? All kinds of stuff, right? Little stuff, big stuff, your stuff, my stuff, factual stuff, make-believe stuff, all kinds of stuff. you got to know it. Let me give you an example. So a few months ago, I'm in my townhouse. We live in an inner road townhouse. The house is here off to the left-hand side. We're in the kitchen, me and baby girl. Now, baby girl, she looks just like me. All right, she don't have a mustache. But other than that, she's cute as well. There's that. But other than that, she looks just like me, and we're in the townhouse, and she's sitting here at the table, and she's doing homework. It's not like when I did homework, because I had that black and white copy book with the pencil. She has her laptop. That's what happens when you got a granny working part-time. So she's got her laptop, and she's on there. I'm trying to figure out what for dinner because the wife's not home yet. And baby girl says, Daddy, I need help. So I come over because, of course, I'm dad. I'm her hero. I'm ready to save the day. She said, Daddy, what is the Voting Rights Act of 1965? What are they teaching you in third grade? And now, I mean, basically, I understand what it is, right? I understand that what it is it's just it's the rights that make sure that everybody can vote. So, I mean, I got that. But she goes to one of those fancy smart schools, one of those magnet schools. You guys hear about those, right? Where the kids, they know all kinds of stuff. And that makes sense because baby girl is intelligent and smart, right? She's intelligent and smart. She has her mama's intelligence and my smart mouth. So I know I can't just give up any old kind of answer. So I pull out from my back pocket the rule book there for parenting. And so, and if you don't have kids yet, you're gonna want to remember this. And so, just after the page on explaining Santa Claus, but before the chapter on where the babies come from, I find my answer. I said, well, baby, I know the answer, but if I tell you, you won't learn anything. Let's look at the book together. For all you non-parents, that's for you. That's for you. And so we get to looking and we find it, and the information in there, and I find out that I'm wrong. That what gives us the right to vote is not necessarily the Voting Rights Act. It is the 15th Amendment where it talks about what you can't limit. It's the 19th Amendment. It is the 26th Amendment. It is all these other amendments in addition to the Constitution that allow us to be able to vote. The Voting Rights Act is to make sure that it gets done. Is to help put aside, if you will, any limitations that might come up, like the poll tax that you heard about. People have trouble coming to vote already. Let you have to pay something extra for it. People don't like paying extra for their value meal at McDonald's. Or the literacy test, and at the top of the head, or just off the top of your head, you hear something about a literacy test, and it makes sense, right? Surely we should make sure that people can read. Dude, these literacy tests are about as legit as those Facebook tests that you keep taking, where you find that your spirit animal is an inner mongoose or something like that. And so now we have the right answers, and I understand that, but she expects me to know stuff. Now we know stuff together. But I wonder, is there a better way to explain this? There's got to be a trusted source that I can use. There's got to be a place to where I can direct her, where we could go, and we can make it relatable. So great if you have information, but if it's not relatable, how good is it? And then I think to myself, I know. Baby girl, open up a computer, go to Google, because it has all the answers, right? Go to YouTube, type in Schoolhouse Rock. Y'all know Schoolhouse Rock? No, you don't. All right, let's see. Conjunction junction. What's your... All right, let's try this one. 3, that's the magic number. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. Here's one that is apt for this year. I'm just a bill. I'm only a bill. Yeah, oh boy. I can't teach y'all nothing. Y'all know stuff. And as fun as that trip down memory lane was, I had to ask myself, is it still relevant? Is it still make sense for us in today's age? To which baby girl, she looks at me and then says, well, Dad, does your vote matter? And what it brought to my mind was this quote that I heard that I kind of used for my own understanding. And the quote, and I don't remember where it came from, it was on the internet, so it must be true. It says, no one drop of water believes it's the reason for the flood. Now, normally when you hear that, it's because people are trying to avoid the responsibility. But what I think of it is think of it. One drop of water is all that's needed for a lot of water and a flood, a powerful movement of water that can make sweeping changes all at once. And so I explained to her, it's important that we vote, it's important that Daddy votes, because this is how change happens. My vote gets added with someone else's vote, which gets added to someone else's vote, which gets added to someone else's vote. And we know that these changes are important because if you're walking out there in the atrium, you're going to see the Board of Elections, but right across from there, you're going to see where people voted for the very first time. I say people, African American people. It was the beginning of widening up the voting rights to the entirety of the United States, to everyone. One of the things that I think about a lot is what kind of legacy am I leaving to my baby girl? And as I think about it in this story, it's not just the stuff I know or the stuff that I leave her. It is also the actions that I leave her, that legacy. The same way that the flag can be a legacy for those of us who are in the military, holding on to that inspiration, I need to be a legacy for my daughter. My daughters will understand through my actions, through what I do, the importance of voting. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick. Your vote matters. If it didn't, why would some people keep trying to take it away? Next, I want to welcome to the stage. You put your hands together for our music selection, our very own house band. I know it's not legitimately is, but we're going to claim it because it sounds like it's pretty cool right now. I introduce you all to the Black Market Band.
I was born by the river in a little tent, and all just like the river I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gon' come. Oh, yes it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die. 'Cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know, oh no, change gon' come. Oh yes it will. Then I go out to my brother, and I say, brother, can you help me please? But he winds up not knocking me, yeah. Knocking me down on my knees. There's been times when I thought I couldn't last for long, no, no. But I know I'm able to carry on. It's been a long time coming, yeah. But I know change gon' come. Oh, yes, it will, yeah. It's been a long time coming, yeah. But I know, oh no, change gon' come. Oh, yes, it said it's been a long time coming, yeah. But I know, change gon' come. Oh, yes, it will.
Thank you guys so much. We're at Black Market. Really quick, I want to recognize Jeffrey Greenberg on keys. Please give it up for Jeffrey Greenberg on keys. Reginald James on the set, please. Jamar Sparks on bass. And I'm Brian Cherry. We're at Black Market. Thank you so much. This next song we're doing is called 1960. It's by a brother by the name of Gregory Porter. Tells a really interesting story, so please listen to the lyrics.
1960 what? 1960 who? 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 Hey! The Motor City's burning, y'all. And that ain't right. In 1960 what? 1960 who? 1960 what? 1960 who? 19. Hey! The Motor City's burning, y'all. No. And that ain't right. Listen. There was a man, voice of the people, standing on the balcony of the Lorraine Motel. Shots rang out. Yes, it was a guy. Yes, it was the one. And they shot him down, y'all. That ain't right. This is what he said. Ain't no need for street lights, no. Ain't no need for moonlight, no. Ain't no need for moonlight, no. It's burning real bright. Ain't no need for street lights, no. Ain't no need for moonlight, no. Ain't no need for sunlight. It's burning real bright. 1960 what? 1960 who? 1960 what? 1960 who? 19. Hey, the Motor City's burning loud, no. And that ain't right. Oh no. 1960 what? 1960 who? 1960 what? 1960 who? 19. Hey, the Motor City's burning loud, no. And that ain't right. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeffrey Greenberg on keys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jeffrey Greenberg on keys.
1961, 1960 who? 1961, 1960 who? 1961, 1960 who? 1961, 1960 who? 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 1961. Oh, 1960 who? Oh, 1990. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. We're Black Market.
It's my pleasure to present two ladies whose mere presence radiates extraordinary panache and brilliance. Ladies and gentlemen, please, here to present the recognitions of gratitude, I give you Miss Carletta F. Sims and Mrs. Kimberly Sparks.
Now the committee would like to recognize 4 county employees who have recently retired or who will retire in the next year. First is Charmaine Anyabila. Many years ago, when Charmaine started her career with the county, Prince William County did not have an organized program to celebrate Black History Month. To rectify this, Charmaine obtained the appropriate approvals and asked fellow county employees to participate in forming the first Black History Committee. The first program was conducted in the board chambers at the McCourt Building. The program was conducted, and within 4 years, it became standing room only. So to accommodate the large number of attendees, the venue was changed to the Ferlazzo Auditorium, and they say the rest is history. Charmaine has been employed with Prince William County for over 30 years, during which time she worked in the Registrar's Office, Finance Accounting, Office of Information Technology, Facilities Management Division, Property Management within Public Works, the Office of Housing and Community Development, a second tour with Public Works, but in Property Code Enforcement, and lastly, a second tour with the Office of Housing and Community Development. Charmaine is planning her retirement from the county in 2020. Ms. Charmaine Anyabila. Next is Catherine Gaskins. Catherine began her journey with Prince William County on October 10, 1989. Before coming to Prince William County, she worked for the federal government in Crystal City, but she wanted a closer commute from Stafford, so she accepted employment with the county's Department of Social Services in Manassas. After a few years, the county decided to open a social services branch in the Ferlazzo building. When volunteers were recruited, Catherine's hand was up before they finished talking, because working in the Ferlazzo building meant she would be even closer to home. Catherine started attending the Black History programs when she worked in the Ferlazzo building, and she worked with social services for 10 years. To advance her career within the county, in September of 1999, Catherine started a position with the police department's finance section. One of her duties with the police department was to manage the Black History program budget, which was housed in the police department's budget at that time. As the budget manager for the funds allocated to the Black History Committee, Catherine was asked to join the committee, which she did and served until 2019. Catherine Gaskins. Ms. Bernadette Speller Peel. Bernadette began her career with the Prince William County Attorney's Office on March 12, 1990. The following February of 1991, she participated in her first Black History program that was held in the McCourt Building board chambers. Between 1992 and 1998, Bernadette performed various tasks to assist Black History programs that were held in the McCourt Building, but it wasn't until 1999 that she accepted the position of treasurer for the Black History Committee, and she has held this office ever since. Over the years, Bernadette has helped keep the committee's budget funded and balanced, secured catering services for the program luncheons, and created theme-based Black History Month displays in the McCourt atrium cabinets. March 12, 2020 will mark 30 years of service to the citizens of Prince William County. Bernadette plans to retire before the end of this year. Ms. Bernadette Peel. Thank you. And finally, we have Ms. Tyra Washington. Tyra began employment with Prince William County government in 2006, where she works in the planning office as their fiscal and payroll specialist in the Development Services Building. Tyra was invited to attend a Black History meeting in 2009, and after a couple of meetings, she was nominated to be committee chairperson. Tyra has served as the Black History Committee chairperson from 2009 to 2019, during which time she's led the planning and execution of 11 successful Black History programs. Tyra has now passed the committee leadership to others and plans to seek new opportunities in the future. Ms. Tyra Washington. The committee would also like to thank and acknowledge our program participants today. So please let us thank Nick Baskerville, Sergeant Major, retired, James A. Magruder. Miss Almeda Radford. And last but not least, the Black Market Band.
Delivering our today's closing remarks is our very own County Executive, Mr. Christopher, which happens to be my middle name also, Christopher Martino.
Thank you, Sergeant Jenkins, and good morning, everyone. I know we're all very busy about this time of year. I know I am. I got to share the board, my budget with the board next week. But it's really good to see the room so full. Everybody could break away for a few minutes to enjoy today's program, which has been pretty fantastic. So thank you all for that. I'm truly honored to be here today as county executive of this amazing organization. And I really want to extend my appreciation and gratitude to the Black History Committee for this program on behalf of our 5,000 employee workforce. A lot of people will take note of this, whether they're here today or not, and it's a really good program. Continues to enhance our understanding of one of our many cultures in this community, which is really important as we continue to grow together. I want to thank everyone that participated in the program, especially the Black History Committee. A lot of time and effort goes into putting a program together of this magnitude, and I'm sure you appreciate it as we all saw. And more importantly, I'm impressed every year with the program, but I always come away, I've learned something every year. And I want to share some thoughts on that. But first of all, the music we heard today was fantastic from DeLeon and Almeda and the Black Market Band. Fantastic stuff again. I think I had goosebumps sitting over here listening to the Sergeant Major, and I see we're recording that. We need to capture that and put it on some of our social media pages. That was fantastic. My own reaction was, wow, that was powerful. And Nick, thank you. Great performance. Really do appreciate you sharing your talent and humor with us and educating us in the process. So always a good combination. We do need to know our history and learn from it, emphasis on our history. Pay tribute to those who have challenged our country over time to live up to our founding principles, something we need to continue to do day in, day out. Today we learned and heard about two very significant milestones, two very significant anniversaries of legislation that advanced this country toward those founding principles and moved us towards a more American democratic society where every vote counts regardless of race or gender. You would think pretty basic stuff. Evidently, we had to deal with it and continue to. So, it's hard to believe, perhaps uncomfortable to hear that there was a time when African Americans and women were not able to participate in the democratic process. We need to stay vigilant, and we need to do more and do better. We certainly have seen the changes in Prince William County over the years. We are now a minority-majority community where 1/3 of our residents speak a language other than English, and 1/4 are born outside the United States. This is a beautiful mosaic of a county, such diversity throughout our neighborhoods and our people, and this diversity is now reflected in our elected Board of County Supervisors. How about that? And we continue to strive to more fully reflect our diverse communities in our workforce, and we will continue to work on that. Each month as I meet and welcome new employees into our workforce, I'm always amazed at the talent that comes forward and very grateful for the diversity that comes forward and all these people that are joining our team to help make Prince William County truly a community of choice. Again, a little thing you might think to greet new employees as they come on, but we talk to them about our vision and our values and how we respect everyone and what we're trying to achieve for the communities, for the board, and serving our communities. So today's program was really important in remembering our past and cherishing our rights and privileges. Please vote always, every time you have an opportunity. Not like Chicago style, but and I do want to share that one thing that we are doing and we have been doing is we're making it employees available to the electoral board. Employees can staff the polls without taking a leave day. So I want to make sure you're aware of that. You'll get paid your regular day, and you'll get the stipend from the Board of Elections to help this democratic process, this wonderful process that we have here in this country. So thank you all for being here today. I thank you for taking the time to attend. Remember to vote. Let's go enjoy the food. Thank you very much.
First, I would like to thank everyone for coming. Thank you for allowing me to be an MC to present this program to you. I'm humbled, and I am greatly honored to do that. And it might sound sappy, but that's how I feel. But go vote in everything, any election there is. If it's a dog catcher, go vote for the dog catcher. Go vote for the librarian, because the dog catcher today turns into the representative tomorrow. The representative tomorrow from the local legislature turns into the federal representative. A federal representative turns into the president. So if you start laying that foundation at an early time in their career where they do things on your behalf for where you want the country to go, then when it gets to the top, those issues are already handled. So go vote. It matters. It matters. Believe me. Ruben Studdard would have never been American Idol if nobody voted, right? Think about it. Okay. So without further ado, for your dismissal, I have the pleasure of presenting the man who has worked tireless. I wrote this word down. I can't even spell it, pronounce it. Who worked hard to bring all of this together for us today. He is the chairman of the Black History Committee. He is a captain. His first name is James. His last name is Carr. I present to you Captain James Carr from the Prince William County Police Department.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so happy to see each and every one of you here.
I feel blessed. My team feels blessed today to be here to present this program to you. As Byron said, it takes a lot of work, and the county executive said the same thing, to put this together. There are several people, before we close out, that I want you to recognize that we didn't recognize initially. I wanted to do that myself. Do you see this fantastic sound system that's up here? We've never had that before, have we? You can hear us, and my goodness, the band that was up here, you actually could hear exactly what was going on, and it was kicking. We could not have done that without our own special engineers, Stephen Harris and Jafar Shakur. All right? And she doesn't know this yet. Whenever we started our sound checks initially and rehearsing, we realized we didn't have what we needed in order to pull this off right. So guess who stepped up to help us? Our own Nikki Brown and Tasha Gardner. Absolutely amazing. We set a new standard today, and I'm so very proud to be here. The other thing I want to do is recognize my team. I don't think you know all the members of our team. Ms. Tyra Washington is our immediate past chair. Mr. Leviticus Baz is our co-chair. Master Deputy Jack Fulmore retired as our historian. Jack has a lot of history here with the organization, especially being the first African-American deputy in Prince William County. Didn't know that. We not only have one assistant county attorney on our group, we have two. We have Ms. Jacqueline Lucas is our secretary, and Ms. Bernadette Peel keeps our finances together. So again, thank you for coming out. Our caterer is here, so we have some interesting cuisine for you out there. So please fellowship with us out there. Take advantage of some of the different that we have out here from our clerk of the court. There are interesting documents out there. So again, thank you for coming out. Thank you for being a part of this. And may God bless each and every one of you. We are dismissed.